I have the copy, and if you have the copy there,
Mm-hmm.
can we do our class like that? I'm not sure if it's related or not,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't want to risk getting disconnected anymore.
I
Is
think
that okay?
we don't need to share the material because I
Okay.
have the one with
Mm-hmm.
the I have the same the material with you.
Okay. Of
So
course, you gave it to
uh,
me.
right,
Right.
we just talk about the question and I answer it.
Okay.
Let's try it.
All right, let's
Mhm.
do that.
Mm.
Let's do that.
Mhm.
Okay, so let's get started.
Mhm.
You have already studied numbers 1 to 5, not 1 to 4, correct?
Right.
Okay, so let's talk about number 5. Can you please tell me what is your greatest weakness?
Greatest weakness.
Mm-hmm.
Mm, I'm a kind of person who is uh, pushing forward by action, by acting according to my belief. So
Mm-hmm.
sometimes my style could help
Mm-hmm.
to solve the problem.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes it led to unexpected difficulties. So I want to alter such the behavior. If I were Fudan, the business school student, I will develop the teamwork skill as a top priority.
Where is the weakness there? Actually, it's hard to answer this question. You gave strengths, and those are all very good. And I
Uh,
think that we have to include even one or two weaknesses.
mhm.
And there are, let's see, um, are you overworking yourself?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
Okay.
mm.
What do you plan to answer as the weakness for this question?
I think my behavior, I, as I already mentioned about it,
Hmm.
I'm a person just uh, it's kind of not listening to the others, just
Okay.
go forward, going forward.
All right.
So
Okay.
uh, this style is sometimes very good, very good for
Hmm.
sales, but sometimes it make unexpected problem. So
Okay.
I just need to develop the teamwork or the listening skill, such like that.
Okay. That's good. Can I make a suggestion?
Mm-hmm.
I'm writing something down. It's a message for
Okay.
you. I'm a very focused person,
Uh,
and sometimes I I am I do not listen to I because I'm very focused, I sometimes fail to completely listen. Tell me what you think, okay?
mm-hmm.
Because I'm a very focused person, I sometimes fail fail to listen to everything. It's the same answer that you had, but what I would suggest is
Aha. Mm.
to start with the sentence I'm a very focused person and
Uh,
then put your weakness in after. So that the weakness
mm-hmm.
would be a result of something that is good, like being
Mm-hmm.
focused.
Mm-hmm. I
So
see.
it would just this one.
Mm-hmm.
This is my only suggestion, and you can put everything else here on the reason. So it's like you're blaming that weakness on something that's good because you're extremely focused on something. You
Uh-huh.
want to try it out first, and don't always listen at first, but later on you do.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. So, how many weaknesses are you planning to mention? Just one?
Yes, I heard of.
Just mention one.
I think
Mm-hmm.
the more I mention about my weakness point, the
Yeah. It's not good.
Right.
Right. And I did not really realize it at first. The question only asks for one answer. It only asks for your greatest weakness and only answer one. So
Mhm.
this is good. Okay,
Mhm.
hold on. On the page that you gave me, it also has a website.
Mhm.
Were you the one who created this page that you gave?
Ah, you means that this material I when where I get
Mm-hmm.
this material?
Mm-hmm.
I just search for the website and I get. Uh,
Ah, I see.
uh,
All right. So these on the website that you gave, these are the list of weaknesses. I think
uh,
this would also be good. Reluctance to delegate tasks
uh-huh.
instead of failing to listen. But your answer is already good. I just wanted to say that I like the list that
Okay.
I saw on the website that you gave because this is not really an easy question to answer,
Right.
and any of these would be very good suggestions. I just wanted to say thank you for sharing this because
Uh-huh.
this is very helpful.
Uh-huh.
Okay,
Okay.
good. Are you comfortable answering that question?
Mm.
Number
Right.
five, are you comfortable
Mm.
answering it?
Yes.
All right, that's good. Now let's see. It would also be good if you would be answering, and I'm getting this from the material that you gave me, to show your resolution. You are aware of your weakness. Did you mention the steps you need to do in order to become more aware or to fix this
Okay.
weakness?
Okay.
So maybe you can say, so that would be my suggestion. Please give steps that will help you fix this weakness.
Okay. Okay. I see.
All right,
Mm-mm.
good. So other than that, I think you're okay because I don't want to spend too much time talking about weaknesses since you're
Right.
only going to be answering one, and
Okay.
we don't want too much attention to be brought here.
Okay.
Can we go to number six?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, number six. Can you please? It's too big. All right. Can you reason your willingness and potential to be where you're applying for? In other words, can you give your reason why you want to join the school?
That that question
Hmm.
is a little bit awkward for me.
I know it is.
Frankly said, I don't understand the the question is.
All
Can
right.
you can you
Ba-
verify? Can you
hmm
tell me
I would
what?
like,
Mm,
yes, let's start. I know the questioning is awkward. I agree with you. But the last part of the question, that's the part which is quite clear.
mm-hmm. Why
So
do?
there are two parts of that question, and this is one.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you can answer why you want to join the Chinese university and
Uh-huh.
mention your willingness
Mm-hmm.
or talk about how willing you are
Mm-hmm.
and talk about your potential
Uh,
also, which can make you an asset as a student in the school.
okay. I try to answer. Uh,
Okay.
mm, there are three reasons that I chose uh, your business school. First one
Hmm.
is the location. Your business school is located in Shanghai. Shanghai
Hmm.
is one of most world's fast growing the city and the center of the finance and economy in China. So that I may I maybe have more chance to communicate with the business leaders and professional managers. And I have two kids. I want to have my kids live in better quality of air. And second one is professional faculties. I heard I heard that the Fudan University possessed more than 150 the professional faculties. So uh, I think I can experience with uh, high quality the lecture that the, the professor give. And the last one is Fudan and MIT the program. Since I have technical background, I expect that the program the fully meet my demand because the MIT is the unique the university in the world at the technical part. So I think the MIT Fudan program can fulfill my wish. So that's why I I chose you I chose your business school.
That's beautiful. You've been preparing for this, Kobe. Those are beautiful answers. The key elements that we're looking for, or that is being called for in this question, is your knowledge of their school, your personal reason, also, and what you're intending to get out of it. And you answered it very, very well. Can I ask other questions about
Mhm.
your answer?
Mhm.
You mentioned something about MIT. I
Mm.
thought that was in America.
Right, right.
When you said MIT, does it mean a branch in Shanghai?
That is the Fudan. The university I want to apply for is
Mm-hmm.
Fudan University. Fudan University
Mm-hmm.
is located in Shanghai, as I
Mm-hmm.
mentioned.
Yeah.
But the Fudan University it has a program which cooperated with the MIT, the university uh,
Wow.
located in America, as you said. So they
Wow.
are uh, it's kind of the exchange program. The uh, MIT
Wow.
professor, the MIT professor uh, went come to the Shanghai to give lecture to the Fudan University students.
Such an honor.
Right, right. And one more thing is the
Mm-hmm.
the Fudan University students also can go to America to study the MIT program as well.
It's so hard to get in and study in MIT.
Right,
The top level geniuses graduate from that school, and they have professors from MIT teach in Shanghai as
right,
part of the exchange learning program.
right,
That
right.
is really, it really sounds like a huge honor. So it's a good thing that you mentioned that because I did not know about that, and now that you told it to me, it sounds to me like you really did your homework. You made a lot of research,
Mhm.
and you did not just guess the school you want to be a part of. You went there because they have a good, stable, and very sturdy program.
Right.
Excellent. So the second part, did you say? So this is good. You said professional executives.
Right. Professional, the right
Mm-hmm.
processor, professor.
Oh, the professors, I see. Okay, all right. I have no more questions about this because, based from what you said,
Mhm.
I know that MIT would not have a partnership with the school which you're applying for if
Right.
it is not a good school with good professors to
Mhm.
begin with.
Right. Right.
So that's good. And location. I heard it's polluted in Shanghai.
Right.
You mentioned air quality is better in Shanghai
uh,
compared to Korea for your kids.
Actually, the Fudan
Mm-hmm.
University, although the Shanghai Fudan University is a kind of the uh, top. top ranker the university, but
Mm-hmm.
uh, almost all the people said in China that the best university is Beijing University and Tsinghua
Mm-hmm.
University. All
Mm-hmm.
are located in Beijing.
Mm-hmm.
But the reason why I don't want to go to Beijing is air quality. Because in the
Okay.
Beijing, the air quality is very poor. So that maybe affecting to my kids' health.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm worried
I
to go to
see.
the
Okay.
Beijing.
I see. Okay. That is very beautiful. I don't have anything else to say other than the fact that you obviously prepared for this. And right here, right now, I really think you are prepared for your interview in this business school. Not only prepared, but you would be really impressing them. When are you scheduled to have this interview?
The end of November.
Oh, so that's only a few
Right,
weeks from now.
right. That's why
Where,
I apply
where,
for the
mhm.
weekend lesson.
Oh, I see. Do you usually take weekday lessons also? Or do you
I
only
just
study
started.
on the weekend?
I just started the lesson
Hmm.
from the last Thursday. So this is the second time for me.
Ah, oh, I see. It's the second time for me to take this instead of
Right.
off me, for me is better. Okay, good.
That's why
But you are,
we are starting the question
uh-huh.
number five.
I see, because last Thursday you studied questions 1 to 4.
Right, right.
Okay, good. So you really prepared for this. Now, let's go to number 7.
Hmm.
I like this better than question number 5. Can you please tell me what is your greatest strength?
Mm, my greatest strength, I think, is that I have an ability to handle the multiple tasks. Sometimes I was required to create technical roadmap, the analyzing market trend, and benchmarking competitors' products at the same time. But I can manage them well and report to top management on time. So I carried out the faithfully. So I was compensated by our
Hmm.
company. That's why I was selected in for the sponsored management program.
All right, very good. And you mentioned quality of work here. You're able to multitask and
Mhm.
you're able to give good results in a very short period of time.
Right.
And even if you worked in a very short period of time, it was really good. And as a reward, you got compensated to be part of the sponsored management program. You said it all. Because what I liked about your answer is first, it was clear.
Mhm.
You were able, I can't spell it right, you were able to give that good trait that
Mhm.
is needed, and that's your ability to multitask. And the better thing there is that the result that came out of your strengths was
Mm.
also emphasized. I liked the confidence in your voice. And during that interview, that's very important because when you would be answering questions about your strengths, it's not the time to be humble. It's
Mhm.
your
Right.
time to really tell them what you think you are great at. Okay, hold on. Have you been working in your company for a long time?
I have worked for my company for
Hmm.
around 13 years.
It is a long time.
Right. It's
You're one of the seniors there. And why, this is just out of curiosity, why are you deciding to go to management school now?
Uh,
You're already good with your company. What made you decide to go to management
uh,
school?
uh, Actually, I worked in product planning team. So I
Product planning.
always
Uh-huh.
product planning. So I
Mhm.
always worked in the part of technical area. So
Mhm.
uh, when I get to promotion to more higher position, such as the
Mhm.
management level, I
Mhm.
have to add something more the special, such as management skill and leadership skill.
Mhm.
Those are all important for me to get promotion. So
Yes.
I think by by the MBA program, I can
Mhm.
develop those kind of the ability.
I believe so. Wow, beautiful. And only a simple MBA program would be good, but MBA from a different school, especially the one as special as what you mentioned, would really be something that is going to be very good to help you further improve and have a better position in your company.
Right.
Are you more inclined on management or technology?
Uh, I'm I'm in the technology.
I see. I see. All right. So next question is this. What did you study previously and why?
Uh, that question is related with my major. Am I right?
Yes. Yes, it
Uh,
is.
I majored electronics engineering in
Mm-hmm.
university. When
Mm-hmm.
I entered university, the Korea underwent the economic crisis. So at the time, I tried to choose the major which would be more helpful for getting jobs. So that's why I selected my major. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
that's all.
Okay.
Mm.
Let's see. Explain what you have learned as a result that you would do differently. Be honest with me. If we consider, okay, it is a difficult one. What about the? Hold on, sorry.
Mhm.
So, what was the main reason why you selected this major?
Because uh, when I went uh, when I went enter the university,
Mm-hmm.
at the time the Korea underwent economic crisis.
Right.
Most
Uh-huh.
uh, most people got laid off from the company.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
I was very nervous to get jobs after graduate university.
Mm-hmm.
So I try to select the major which is more
Mm-hmm.
helpful for getting jobs.
Okay. So you selected a major that you think will not get affected by the economic crisis
Right,
that Korea was, which was the situation Korea was in when you were a student.
right.
Okay, all right. That part was clear. Thank you. I really don't know what to say because I think that you're able to say everything well. It's really well thought of. I feel your sincerity and I feel that you're able to answer things spontaneously, and that was good.
Thank you.
I am not sure. You're welcome. I'm not sure though if I will be asking the next question, so I want to know a bit more about the history of your work.
Mhm,
You
okay,
mentioned that you worked in this company for 13 years, correct?
right. Mm.
And does it mean that this is your first job?
Yes.
Okay. So is question number nine even necessary if you are still working in the same company that you've had as a first job?
Right. Sorry, you asked the number Number
Nine. Oh
nine.
no, number eight is where we are. No, yeah, number nine. Because number nine is why did you leave your last job?
I think that question is not fit for me
Yeah,
because I I don't want to leave my job. Just
right. You. Uh huh.
I
Right.
just
This.
want to
Mhm.
study the MBA program.
You're right. And actually, this question would be for people who had several employments, who had worked in several companies, because there are some people who are sometimes just not satisfied. Like
Right,
they're
right,
working in a company, but if they hear about a better or a newer company, they would
right,
leave their job and work there. But this is not applicable for you. You're
right.
very loyal.
Right.
Good. So I'm going to skip this, okay?
Okay.
All right. The next question, I think you already partially answered this before, but you might be able to add a few more things.
Mm-hmm.
Is this an applicable question for a college interview?
I, me,
Yes, because the next question, oh yeah, what are your career ambitions? So I can ask this.
career ambitions. Uh,
Yes.
mm, as you know, I'm the senior manager, and in the near future, I will get promotion to the management level.
Hmm.
So I think uh, in order to get promotion to higher position, it is required to
Hmm.
add management skill. And uh, I believe the MBA program will offer the good the quality of lecture that I
Hmm.
want. Uh, I never thought about this question, so I don't know how
But you're
to.
doing good. But you're doing good. Actually, you
uh,
already have the answer
uh,
there. And it would be good just to sound a bit more confident in answering this.
uh,
Like, I have career ambitions, and
mm,
I'm currently working at this level,
mm,
and I do want to go to the next level, but in that next level, more requirements would be needed from me. I
mhm,
need to be able to learn how to properly utilize my leadership skills. I
right.
need to learn and understand a few other leadership concepts because I believe that being a good manager would also mean being a good leader to my associates. I
Mhm,
want to study, I want to learn a lot of things about being a good leader, and I want to learn it in your school.
mhm, right.
Right.
That's the question I want to say.
Right. So you can just answer it like that because you already gave those answers anyway. It's
Mhm,
just that you're using the same answers but having other words to describe it.
right, right. Mm.
Is that business school well known for having a good MBA program?
Uh, uh, sorry, I don't
Hmm.
understand well. Pardon?
Okay, I'm
Mm,
sorry.
mm,
I'll say it again.
mhm,
The school in Shanghai,
mm.
the one that you're applying for, it is well known for having a very good MBA program, correct?
Correct, right. Mm.
Okay, all right. Then you can also use the word that it will be such an honor to be part of this prestigious university.
Right.
So let's use words like honor, prestigious, honor, prestigious, the best, and describing their university, because that's really what you feel. You're not saying this for them to be happy.
Okay.
This is really how you see them. And that's one of the main reasons why you selected their university.
Mm-hmm.
And these are the things that are in line with your own career ambitions.
Oh,
You want to
okay.
be able to have skills from this from an institution that has all these in order to help you also have these qualities or to further enhance these qualities you have.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Now the next question, why should we hire you?
Uh, I think the question is also not for me.
Yeah, I think so. Okay. Let's rephrase this a bit, okay? Let's
Okay.
ask the same question, but let's ask this in the context of a university. Why should we accept you in our school?
Okay. In 60 years of Samsung Electronics history, I was the first one who was selected as a board as the regional specialist, and for the sponsored management program. It means
Hmm.
I have proven I have proven my ability in our company for a long time.
Hmm.
Furthermore, the possibility that I get promotion to management position of our company is much greater than any other the coworkers. So if your business school grant me enrolled, I can much contribute to your business school as alumni.
Alumni.
Alumni. Alumni.
Yes. Wow, you had been working in Samsung for 13 years?
Right.
I am a fan of Samsung. My
Really.
tablet is Samsung.
Really.
I had been mhm. I had been a Samsung user for a very long time, so whatever job you guys are doing at Samsung, it's great because
Thank
I'm a fan until now.
you.
There's and I have nothing more to add there. I mean, it would be an honor for that school to have you. And I felt chills on how you first answered that question. In the 60-year history of Samsung, I was the first. So,
Mhm.
in a way, you are legendary. You,
Right.
right. You're a record holder.
Kind
How
of.
many years? Yeah, that's good. You're part of Samsung's history. All right. How many years would this MBA program take?
I'm not sure, but I think uh, 20 years.
No, what I mean is before you would have your own MBA certificate, you need to study there for how many years before you graduate?
Uh, I, you mean that I studied, uh, I never studied about MBA program.
But you will, right?
Right,
In Shanghai, yeah?
right.
And that actually was my question. Once you start studying MBA in Shanghai, when
Ah,
will you graduate?
ah. If I go to Shanghai next
Mhm.
year,
Mhm.
2020,
Mhm.
will be graduate.
Oh, I see. So it's going to be 2 years.
Right.
Okay. And how about your work in Samsung? Um, are you going to be on vacation from work, or this is part of work
It
to study
uh,
there?
During that time, uh, I don't work. I don't work for
Okay.
Samsung. Just to focus on the studying MBA program.
Okay. Yes. I know. Even if you're extremely experienced in multitasking, it would be very difficult to study in Shanghai
Right,
and continue
right,
working
right,
in
right,
Korea. So that makes a lot of sense.
right.
I'm excited for your prospects. And and once you move to Shanghai, your children and your wife would move to China with you.
Right.
Okay, so you're going to be focused with your studies because you don't have to think about a lot of things, and like your family in Korea because you're taking them with you. All right.
At this time, the most problem I have is
Mhm.
about my children's education because next year we
Mhm.
I go to China with my family, but my children
Mhm.
uh,
Mhm.
are not good at speaking English. So
Oh. Mhm.
so they should enroll in the international school, but the uh, intermediate English skill is required to enroll.
Required. I see. They still have time to improve their English. Over
So,
intermediate. Wow, those are such high requirements. Do they
right.
speak Chinese?
No, just to speak Korean.
Okay. So there would be a lot of students in the house. You'd
Right.
be studying. The children would also be studying.
Ah,
But
right.
that's fun. And how do you plan to fix this? Are they also studying English now?
Right. They are all studying English now because my
Mhm.
wife
Mhm.
is just concentrated on the improving their English skill.
Okay,
Uh,
I see. It is going to improve. And how old are your children?
uh, the older one is 12 years and younger
Okay.
one is 8 years old.
This is such an exciting time for them. They would be exposed to a different culture
Right.
and they would be able to study there, and at the same time they would learn a lot of English in the process. This is also a very good investment for their future. Wow.
Right. I hope
Nice.
so.
I think, are they excited about going to China?
The older one is very excited because
Mhm.
he can speak English a little bit,
Mhm.
but the younger one is very nervous going there.
Oh.
He doesn't like to speak the
Mhm.
foreign language.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he always told me
Mhm.
if there is no Korean friends, he
Mhm.
never go to China.
Oh, yeah, I understand because it's hard to be away from their classmates and friends, even if it's only 2 years.
Right.
Right. But it will provide a better environment when it comes to quality of air. So I'm sure that they would understand the reasons why, at least for 2 years, it's better in
Right.
China.
Right.
Okay,
Most
great.
of the English is the
Hmm.
most useful language in the world.
But the
So,
white,
oh, keep
hmm
going.
but I
Yes.
heard that Chinese is
Uh,
the most spoken language in the world.
right. But in Korea,
Well, hmm
English is more
hmm
the more important than any other
oh,
language.
I see. It's a good thing that you are very well versed with both English and Korean. No, English, Korean, of course, and Chinese. So you can communicate to a lot of people, and that would allow you to extensively travel and
Right.
get to know people all over the world. Great.
Right.
Would your children also be studying Chinese?
Not yet. I'm just
Okay.
focusing on only one the language.
Right. It would be so difficult to study everything all at the same time. It's going to add a lot of pressure.
Right,
When,
right.
when do you plan to move to China? So your interview is on November. By
Right.
next year, you would start studying there.
If I passed all the process of the university
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
admission,
Mm-hmm.
I will go to China
Mm-hmm.
next June.
I see.
Mm.
I really think that you are going to pass. Actually, I even think, and I'm not joking when I say this, that they would be very lucky to have you there. You
Thank
made history in Samsung. Of course, they would be
you.
happy to have you there. Right.
Um,
Okay. So at those.
as you mentioned, in the interview, I don't have
Hmm.
to be humble, the attitude.
No,
It-
no, you shouldn't.
so I,
That's right.
I want to show up as much as
Hmm.
I have.
Yes. Yes, because your tone is already humble, but the words that you're using is powerful, and that is a very good combination. See, your manner, you're very down to earth, you're very straightforward, you are also funny and very easy to talk to, and at the same time, you're able to back it up with very good and solid experience, and
Mhm.
the words that you're using is also very powerful. So that would create an impact. It
Ah,
would
thank
be very hard to forget you when it comes to your interview.
Actually, 3 years
Hmm.
ago, as I mentioned with you, I 3 years
Hmm.
ago I went to China to study Chinese.
Hmm. Yes.
So for 1 year.
Yes.
So at the time, after came back to office, I forgot
Hmm.
almost the English skill.
Right?
So always confused with Chinese between
Uh-huh.
Chinese and English.
Uh-huh. I
Uh,
see. Uh-huh.
at this time, I sometimes I speak in Chinese with you. So
I'd
I'm
never
very,
noticed. Did
I,
you?
yes, I already told you that, but I,
Uh-huh.
I quickly made up. So,
Okay. I never really noticed that you say, I never really. Okay. All right. I'm trying to think back and I'm trying to talk at the same time and I got confused in the process. I don't
ah,
remember hearing any Chinese words from you today. Maybe
ah,
because your mind thinks faster than than how you talk. So maybe you think things in Korean and Chinese, but the words that come out of your mouth is all in English.
right. So
Right.
I speak the English as much
Mhm.
as I can,
I
slowly.
see.
Uh,
Uh-huh.
although uh, if I speak English fast,
Mhm.
I always confuse between English and Chinese.
I see. Oh, if it's fast. All right. During your 13 years in Samsung, have you done any interviews? Have you interviewed somebody for a job?
Yes,
Okay, I had a feeling.
I was interviewer. I was
Yeah, okay.
interviewer a few years ago.
Right. Okay. No wonder your level of confidence is really good because based, and that was just my guess, based from how I heard you answer, you really know what it takes in order to give a good interview. And I think that you are an expert when it comes to this
thank,
aspect.
thank you.
There are some people who are answering either too short or too long, and you're always just there in the middle. It's not too lengthy, and
Mhm,
it's not incomplete. It's always just perfect when it comes to content and timing, and
mhm.
you're getting all the elements right. So this should not really be. I really have a good feeling about the results of your interview here.
Uh-huh.
Okay,
Thank you.
so now let's go to the
Mm,
next question. Hang on.
mhm, mhm,
I'm not sure if question number 12 is if it's applicable for you to answer question number 12.
mhm.
Let's try this, okay?
Okay.
All right, here it is. Why did you decide to apply for this program in this management institute?
I think the question
You
is
answered it.
similar with the before the question,
Hmm.
previous the question.
Hmm.
But I try to answer. Mm,
Okay.
mm. Um, the reason why I selected your business school
Hmm.
is uh, the location. Uh,
The same thing.
because the, I repeat again.
Yeah, actually, that's the thing.
uh,
I think it is repetitive for you
uh,
to answer this question.
uh-huh.
Is there
Uh,
anything different that you would add in answering this question?
Nothing, just the location and the professional faculties
Mm-hmm.
and the MIT and put on the program. The three things that I
Okay.
the
Right.
reason.
Exactly. Stick to that. So in case they would ask this question again, don't
Mhm,
give any different answer. Those
mhm,
three answers
mhm.
are good despite whatever words they would use on the questions. Those
Okay.
three answers are clear and great. All right. So I'm going to ask one last question, and this might
Mhm,
be our last for this batch, but I will
mhm.
see you again in like 30 minutes, right?
Okay.
Okay. So here it is. What is your greatest accomplishment?
It's a very long time. It takes very long time to explain you, but I try to answer.
Okay. Well, we only have a few more minutes. Would you like
Okay.
to answer this later on our second round?
Uh-huh. I think it would be better if I explain that that
Okay.
because
All right.
it takes very long time. I
Okay.
prepared the whole I prepared a long story about this.
And it
I-
sounds
it's
very interesting. So
it's
you're
kind
going to tell me the backstory.
the question is exactly same with the essay. Do you know essay?
Yes, but
Yeah,
there is an essay question.
right. It's exactly the same one. So
Oh.
in the essay, I wrote a lot of story about this
Mm-hmm.
within 500 letters. 500. Oh.
Words.
But I
500
reduced.
words, yeah. Huh?
But I
Ah.
reduced the story for the
Mm-hmm.
interview. So just to,
Oh.
oh,
So
fif-
you minimized it.
right, minimize.
Okay. Uh-huh. All right. So let's continue this later. Okay.
Okay,
I'm going. This would be the first question that I would ask when we see each other again at
okay.
21:30.
Hmm.
I'm going to say goodbye now. Thank you, Kobe, for this round. It's very enjoyable to talk to you, and I'm excited to hear your story later. All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye.